What's going on, everybody? Kenny Bomb is in the building, and at least one time every month I come in here and talk about a new Def Jam game. Whether we have an announcement or not, because we got to keep the hope alive, you know? But I do think right now is the best chance for us to actually get an announcement. But the thing about that is, if there was a new announcement, I don't think it would be a new Def Jam game. I think it would be a game inspired by the Def Jam games. But would we even want it to be? Think about Def Jam right now. They don't have enough talent to build the satisfying roster we would need in a game like this today. So here's the solution. Snoop Dogg recently purchased Death Row. Death Row is not tied to anything right now. Snoop Dogg wants this to be more than a record label, so why can't it be a gaming studio as well? Snoop Dogg is one of the most famous rappers in the world. Think about rappers he's tied to: Eminem, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre. They can get these rappers in this game and make it bigger than Def Jam ever was. Of course, there'd be a lot of red tape when it comes to other rappers because you'd have to work with their record labels to get them in the game, but I'm sure Snoop Dogg could put together a team and make this thing work. But that's all just hopes and speculation. What we're here to talk about today is if this game did come to fruition, who should be in it. We already did a video talking about the overall picture. We already did a video talking about the legends. Today, we're here to talk about the most hated. So let's talk about it. But first, if you're excited for a new Def Jam game, let me know where you think it should take place in the comment section, or just drop a like on this video. And you're not going to want to miss next month's. I'll tell you about it later. Just make sure you smash that subscribe button. Now let's get into it.
Run, boy, they coming on.
Alright, so if you've been here before, then you know how this works. If not, don't even worry about it. You'll catch on real quick. Trust me. Now this is our board. So we got some character slots over here, but we're not going to use these because today we're only looking at the most hated rappers or entertainers who should be in this game. So let's get it started. And why not start off with a bang? The first rapper who is definitely hated, especially in this moment, but should make it in this game is Kanye West. I love Kanye West. If you ask me, I would have said he was one of the greatest of all time, but I found out he does not write all of his music. He makes a lot of the beats, which is definitely an important ingredient, but you cannot be considered the greatest unless you got that pencil. While he may be a great writer, he does have other people writing for him, so I can't say Kanye is the best, but Kanye is still one of the best, one of the GOATs, and he should make it in this next Def Jam game. Next up on the list, Logic. Logic is definitely a hated rapper. You know what? And honestly, I don't get it. When he first came out, I tried to listen to his music, but it wasn't really for me. But I can't say he's not good. He definitely got a pencil on him, but pause. Yeah, a lot of people hate him. I think he did like a remake to Ice Cube song more recently and wasn't received too well. So, hey, put Logic in the game because I'm sure a lot of people want to punch him in the face. Next up, we got Kodak Black, one of the great youngsters in the game right now, but he's hated for a lot of reasons, and you could say they're justified. I mean, I find him entertaining. I like Kodak, but you can't try to get women on a song, and if they don't want to do the thing with you, go bash them and not clear the music. It's not a good look for him, but Kodak does whatever he wants to do. He was pardoned by Trump. He gives it up to Trump all the time, which I can understand, but a lot of people don't like Kodak for these reasons. But I think he should be in the game because, again, iconic young rapper. Next up, we got Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy will do anything to go viral these days. We see it, I'd say, at least once a month on the internet. He's cursing somebody out, disrespecting dead people. So a lot of people don't like Soulja Boy. A lot of people don't take Soulja Boy serious. I mean, he came up, he had a good run when he first started. I remember the internet days when we used to listen to Soulja Boy songs and be like, how'd he make this beat? How'd he make this production do that and that? And then, we try to replicate what Soulja Boy did. So, I mean, hate to see where he is right now because music passed him by. Hopefully he finds something else to do because he's still a young guy. And unfortunately, that money's going to run out. Next up, we got the Baby. Who had a bigger fall off than the Baby? I remember I was sitting in a tattoo shop. This was before, I ever even heard about the Baby. The guy I was listening to, Packing the Mail is home. Like my smell, cologne, whatever that song is. And he was like, you know who this is? I was like, no, I don't listen to that. He was like, yeah, this is the Baby, man. You got to listen to it. I remember from that day forward, the Baby was going crazy. I just noticed him everywhere. He went on stage, said a few words, and ever since then, cancel Christmas for Lil Baby. or DaBaby. He's been beating people up in the streets when he was at his peak, doing his girlfriend wrong on Instagram Live. I mean, you know, morally, maybe there's problems with that, but I mean, as far as life, I mean, it's life. But why would you put it up in Front Street? But all of that stuff messed him up. DaBaby's hated right now. He puts out music, doesn't do well. He's gone. Shout out to DaBaby, but maybe this could be a good look for him. Next up, we got Lil Yachty. Maybe this is a me thing. I don't like Lil Yachty. I don't know what it is, but the guy's just never been there for me. I mean, why do you have a rainbow grill on, sir? He does these things where he paints his fingernails different colors just for the look. I know a lot of people paint their fingernails, and a lot of men will do it like black. You know, it's fine, whatever. But he's painting his fingernails just for a look, and I think it's weird. So, whatever. Shout out Lil Yachty. Give him a check. Go to your local Walmart and pick up that Lil Yachty pizza. I never tried it, but maybe it'll be good for you. Next up, you know what? Let's get off of rappers for a minute. Let's look at media personalities, because a lot of these guys are hated as well. Especially this first one. Adam22. Could you imagine Adam22 in a Def Jam game just getting to beat him up? I mean, I think it'd be kind of fun. He's like 6'5", so I don't know. He'd be a lot taller than especially a lot of the rappers out here today. But if you're tapped in or tuned in to No Jumper, recently Adam took a big hit. He kicked one of the members off of his main podcast on his channel. And when he did that, like 5 of them left. Now, if you take a look at No Jumper's videos, it's hard for them to get 100,000 views. Company's going down. So Adam22 is going to need something to save him. So maybe if they send him the invite, he'll definitely tune in, tap in, and be in this game. But a lot of people try to stay away from him, so I don't even know if they'd want to have him involved in a project like this. But I mean, shout out to Adam22. He's been doing it for a long time. Great interview with xxxtentacion. I think that's one of his biggest interviews on his platform right now, if not the biggest. So I mean, he gave us some good stuff. When all the guys work together on those No Jumper platforms like the podcast, it was good. So hey, let's give Adam22 some type of look. But this next guy, this is one I actually don't like. Some people love him. I don't like him. DJ Akademiks. A lot of people love the war in Chirac and stuff. I mean, I see why a lot of the people in in Chicago don't like him, because he kind of did instigate a lot of that stuff by saying this guy's the Grim Reaper, don't mess with him. Then, you know, one guy'd go out and kill him. Now he coming back, oh, we thought he was untouchable, but this person apparently can't do that. It's not good. He has turned everything around now, though. He's doing everything in a positive light. He's not really dealing with that death and all those stuff anymore. He goes on stream for like 12 hours, drinks Hennessy, falls asleep on camera. He recently got into a big thing as well. We won't get into that, but look up DJ Akademiks scandal and you will see some pretty interesting stuff. Let's move it on. So next up, in our last media personality we should have in this game, JoeBudden. He was actually in Def Jam Fight for New York. I do like JoeBudden. I can't really listen to a show because it's just really long, and I don't know. You got like 10 people on there. I'm like, what are we doing here? I like it better now than I did when Rory and Mal was actually in it. But JoeBudden's hated for just that reason, because Rory and Mal left. Everybody kind of sided with them. And it seems like now everybody has migrated back to JoeBudden, because he kind of fell down the charts, but now he's back up there. So shout out to him for surviving. It's really what Adam22 is going through right now. JoeBudden survived it. We'll see if JoeBudden survived it. We'll see if Adam can survive it as well. So shout out to JoeBudden. Again, I think he's cool. I rock with JoeBudden. Bump it up. Next up, these next 3 guys have a lot in common. I won't even say what they got in common, because you know, I'm not here to throw dirt on anybody's name. But let's reveal the first one. Chris Brown, a guy with a lot of potential. So much potential. You know, I kind of fell back from him because everybody was comparing him to Michael Jackson, and we'll never have another Michael Jackson. So y'all got to stop that. Y'all got to stop it. Nobody's Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was Michael Jackson, period. And he did not mess with those children. Say what you want. It's not true. So Chris Brown, great artist. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't like him anymore after his big situation with Rihanna. That took a big hit on his career, and I really never recovered from it. A lot of people respect what Chris Brown does, but he was just never back at that level. I think he would have been huge today if he never ran into that. but a lot of people don't want to go near him because of it. So, you know, unfortunately, one of the most hated guys in the game, but I think he'd be good in the game. They say he got hands too, so hey. Next up, we got Tory Lanez. Big question, did he do it or did he not? I don't know, but he's been kind of a troublemaker for a long time. If y'all ever heard of that rapper Dex, he was kind of you know, he's not really a gangster rapper. He don't do all of the gangster stuff, but Tory Lanez was getting in like rap beefs with everybody, and you know, they were making fun with it. Dex decided he wanted to get in. Well, they ran down on poor Dex and did him pretty bad. You probably can find it on YouTube, but it wasn't good. But those things kind of painted Tory Lanez in a bad light. I mean, just recently, while he was in trial, he like punched August Alsina in the mouth or something, and August Alsina posted the pictures on Instagram of him just slumped over in the elevator with a bloody mouth. They do anything for clout these days, so I mean, it is what it is. But Tory Lanez, a lot of people hate him. If you're going to make a most hated list, got to put him in the game as well. And last but not least, to finish out this section, we got Blueface, baby. Say what you want. I like Blueface's music. I like his music. He doesn't rap on beat, but he has some pretty catchy bars in there. Nice punchlines. So, yeah, I think Blueface would be perfect. And he's boxing as well. But the only thing with Blueface is his girlfriend beats him up all the time. And he beats her up as well. But they cancel everybody for these reasons. But Blueface somehow survives it. I don't know. I mean, I guess Zeus gives it the okay, so everybody else is okay with it as well. I mean, shout out to Blueface baby and Christian Rock. Hopefully he's not beating her up now because she's allegedly pregnant. Who knows if she really is or not. I guess time will tell. And whether you want to know or not, you will find out. So, next up, you know what? We've been kind of light on the women. We just got on Tory Lanez, but we've been kind of light on the women. So I think we need to get up on these women at this point. So first up, for the most hated women, you know it's Nickiminaj. She's actually another one. She hasn't done anything quite offensive like Chris Brown has, but her attitude kind of paints her in a bad light. A lot of people don't like Nicki Minaj because of it. Now, trust me, she's a bad one. 10 out of 10, if you ask me when it comes to looks. But I don't like her either because she just seems like she's not a good person. Just all of the things she does just makes her come off as a nasty person, and I wouldn't want to be around her. I mean, no matter how bad she is, I mean, I don't know how her husband deals with it or if she's the same person at home than she is when she's on camera or on Twitter. But yeah, definitely a lot of people love her. Man, I hope the Barbs don't see this video because they are ruthless. So Barbs, I come in peace, but it is what it is. Next up, we got Megan Thee Stallion. Now trust me, she's another bad one. She's another bad one. But did Tory Lanez actually do it? I don't know. That has nothing to do with her being on the list even. She's on this list because of the way that situation was handled. I mean, everybody says victim blaming. No, you shouldn't victim blame. If somebody gets hurt, they got hurt and they got a right to express how they feel about getting hurt. But they put a gag order on Tory Lanez because they didn't want him coming around to talk about it. Makes sense, you know. Let's get through this trial. Let's not deal with it. But why was she allowed to talk about it? She was saying, yeah, he did this and this and that, and she put it in music, all of this stuff that was going on, but he couldn't respond. And I think that kind of hurt his trial as well because everybody saw her side of the story, but he wasn't able to say anything, so we really don't know what he thought or how he would have responded to these things because he couldn't. Now, I'm not a fan of Tory Lanez. This is just really an American thing, which I won't get into anymore. I think you should never hit or hurt a woman no matter what's the case. If she's slapping you and beating you up, leave. Just leave. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. That was my lesson for y'all today. But yeah, most hated, unfortunately, Megan Thee Stallion came in hot, but she falls in that category. Last but not least for the women, another bad one. Chloe Bailey. She came out hot when she separated from her sister and they were doing their own single things. You know, she came out, she was the sexy sister. The other one is the Disney sister, which is fine. But I think she did a little bit too much. Whoever's guiding her pushed her to do too much. And people started hating her because of it. I mean, she, again, bad one. If you want to have a famous girlfriend in the game, she'd probably be it. You know, in fact, put her in the game as one of the girls you can choose to be your girlfriends. But Unfortunately, a lot of people hate her now. Beyonce didn't really support her when the album dropped, so the album flopped. A lot of people are teasing her because of it. Hate to see it. Give Chloe Bailey a positive light and put her in this game. Now, our last row. Our last row is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I don't know if you really got a good reason to hate these people. But let's see what y'all think about it. First up, we got Hopsin. Y'all listen, Hopsin, one of the most underrated rappers in the game. A lot of people don't like him. They say he's corny. I mean, I guess, you know, the contacts in the eyes and things. And, you know, I don't know. He does a lot of creative stuff. But when you come off as too creative, they call you corny. But Hopsin got bars. Trust me, when it comes to bars, flows, making a song with a story, Hopsin got it all. Writes his own music, makes his own beats, shoots his own, or directs, whatever you want to say, directs his own videos. I mean, the guy's the full package. I think he should have gone a lot further than he did. You know, he's still going, not as frequent or often as he used to, but I love the guy. I think he's great. I think he's great. So, hey, give Hopsin that look and put him in this game. It'll be the biggest light he ever got, and I love to see him with it. Next up, we got Hopsin's dad, Eminem. Slim Shady, brain dead like Jim Brady. I'm an M80. You little like that Kim lady. Eminem, one of the best rappers of all time. Now, if you ask me, before he dropped Recovery, I would tell you Eminem is the best rapper of all time, because the Slim Shady LP, 10 out of 10. Classic, masterpiece. The storytelling, the bars, the flows, has some good features on there too. Just all around a great project. 10 out of 10, masterpiece. The Marshall Mathers LP, 10 out of 10, masterpiece. The flows, the beats, the bars, the music, the videos, I Am Whatever You Say I Am, Stand, all on the same album. Come on, y'all, it was crazy. 10 out of 10, that's a masterpiece. The Eminem Show, he came right back with another classic. Masterpiece, 10 out of 10, same thing, perfectly crafted project. Encore, took a bit of a step back. I was a big, huge Eminem fan, so I didn't have a problem with it. I'd probably say this one came out about an 8 out of 10. He had a lot of the jokey songs on there. Apparently, this is where he got heavy on the drugs and stuff, and he was just out of his mind. And you could hear him being out of his mind on a lot of the songs, but there's a lot of good music in there as well. A lot of good music on there as well. If there was, I don't remember how many songs were on the track, but if there was 14 songs on the album, about 10 of them were bangers, classics. So I give it about an 8 out of 10. And then he came back with Recovery, you know. The last song on that album was crazy, though. Underground by Eminem. Check it out. Crazy bars on there. But he was doing these funky accents and stuff, and I think the music just got worse and worse and worse and worse over time. I did like Recovery when it came out. I think the first one was Relapse. I think I might have called it Recovery. But yeah, Relapse was the one with the weird accents. But Recovery, that one was actually good, but it did not age well. Go back, you really can't listen to it anymore. So, unfortunately, Eminem did fall off after that. His albums today, I can't even listen to. But when it comes to the first 4 albums, Eminem is the greatest of all time, and people do not put him in that conversation where he absolutely needs to be. Shout out to Eminem. Long tirade there, but it is what it is. We had to give it to him. Now, last but not least, definitely, most certainly not least, the most hated rapper. This is the most hated rapper of all time, so he should absolutely be on this list. And I'm sure y'all know who it is right now. If not, you definitely should. Tekashi 6ix9ine. What a run this man had. What a run with the Gummo. He came back with like Kiki, Fifi. All of those songs were just bangers. I think it was like 2017, 2018. He was killing it. Tekashi 6ix9ine was on the rise, and just as he reached the height of his career, he got hit with a RICO. What'd he do when he got hit with that RICO? He snitched on everybody. So when he got out, everybody hated him. Everybody wanted to get their hands on him. Pause. But he seemed like he was untouchable for a long time, until up in here recently, they caught him in the bathroom at a gym, and they beat that boy with the devil's boxing gloves. Whew. So that just goes to show, Tekashi 6ix9ine would be great in a game like this because everybody wants to beat him up. but it'll never happen because they're not going to want to give him the spotlight, they're not going to want to give him the gratification, and they're not going to want to give him the money. Maybe they can just add a creative rapper feature, put his signature wig, his signature tattoos in there. We can create him ourselves and do it up. So that's it for our roster today, but I got one more question. What if this game was to take place in Atlanta? Which rappers from the history of Atlanta should be in this game? That's what we're going to talk about next month in Def Jam Streets of Atlanta. Thank y'all for tuning into this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and never forget, the second you lose hope is the second you lose all possibility.